Well, hello. This is my cat utility station area. Got some litter boxes down here at the bottom. These are just some 12-gallon totes, and I just cut the hole in the top of them with an angle grinder and a cutoff wheel, metal cutoff wheel. This is nothing more than a Lowe's or Home Depot wire rack. Got the cat food, got some dry food, got some canned food. Also make some food. Got some feeding stations over here. Okay, a couple of areas. So 3 litter boxes in this spot, along with cat food and the kind of cat supplies, and a scratching post over here. This scratching post, this is a problem. It's nothing more than cardboard tubes with plastic pieces and bolts that hold them together. And the problem I've got is it goes all the way to the floor, so it's kind of hard to sweep around it. It's just zip tied to this wire rack, so that makes it pretty easy. But it's taken quite a beating. These were just some leftover from cat towers and stuff that we've screwed together. And so basically this is what these scratching posts are. They're just a little plastic end over here and a cardboard tube, and the plastic is stapled to the cardboard tube, and then they wrap the sisal rope, and then there's a bolt that holds the two pieces together, or however many pieces you have. But you know, it's pretty junky, and the plastic pieces crack, and you know, if you've got cats, you know what I'm talking about. So this is going to get replaced. Oh, so basically, boy, you know, it's winter and I'm using coal and my hands are all dried out and stuff. So I found that if I lotion up with really good with some gloves, you know, then my hands stay better. But anyhow, what I'm doing here is I want to show you how I'm wrapping this. This is the back side, and I got a decent amount of staples, and I can always put more staples, but I want to show you how I wrap this because it's not really that hard. If you put some tension on your rope, you see the box of rope is down here on the ground, and I got a tote over here and a tote over here, and basically I'm going to use my knees, and I'm going to use this hand to put tension on the rope as I turn it. And also I'm going to pull the rope in the direction of the side it's already done, so it gets it over there as close as I can get it with, you know, to be satisfied with. So you pull the rope in this direction over here, and you use your knees up against the board as you turn it. And look at this, huh? You just kind of wrap it around, and you just keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. And then, like I say, I know where the back is because I've got all these staples, and I'm using just an air stapler. I wish I had an electric stapler, but anyway, they're let's see here, I'm kind of crooked here now, but just throw a couple staples in. You know, the beautiful thing I think about this post is going to be, if you want to repair a section, since it's stapled, you'll be able to repair just a small piece. Or if you notice something's getting kind of floppy, just go over there and throw a couple staples in it. But anyhow, so I'm going to do another wrap here. Like I say, you want to pull towards the piece that's finished already, and turn it and turn it. And you know, you could probably go a few turns because this is work. Don't get me wrong. You're going to wish you had a day job if you're doing this. But anyway, check this out. So there we go. Throw a couple, even just one's good enough. I figure the extra motion required to put in lots of staples, the more times you got to pick this thing up, the more times you got to pick this stapler up right now, the harder the work. Geez, you know, I don't even have any camera stands or any of that stuff. I got the camera set up over there with a bottle in front of it to keep it from falling over, and something behind it to keep it standing up. But I got to fix this glove. Stupid alarm went off and stopped my video. All right, so anyway, the staples, where are they? There's a box up here somewhere. Here we go, right here. Whoa, there they are, all on the floor now. Here, this is the size of them. You see them there? Okay. And they come however long, you know, but they're pretty good staples. I use these to make dog beds and everything. Like when I want to staple carpet to frames for dog beds, it works great. But see here, you just put some tension on this rope and you turn this sucker, turn it, and turn it, and turn it, and you're pulling that way. And you know, like I say, the thing is, if you want to put more staples in, I would do it later. Just make sure you get it pretty tight, because like I say, the more times you got to pick this stapler up, the longer the job's going to take. So if you can get it on there reasonably snug, and then come back and throw in a few more staples, it seems like that would be a more efficient way to do this than having to pick it up every single time and staple. Like I said, no glue. You could glue it. I guess that's what they would do with plastic. I thought about doing it with PVC also, but I thought the wood is better and easier. Like I said, it could be serviceable if their section is bad. If the cat only uses the portion at the bottom, well then, or I've got we got 4 cats here right now, so, but if they use only the bottom, well then, so you just wind down a few inches at the bottom and pull out a few staples, put in a new piece. All right, well anyway, we'll keep the video going so you can see the whole thing. Okay, so I got this scratching post tower thing. I forgot to mention earlier, we bought one that was a floor to ceiling, and it comes with cardboard tubes and those bolts like I showed earlier, and there's an adjusting foot on the bottom that you can screw out, and then there's one for the ceiling, but it was so flimsy and so shaky. But seriously, check this out, okay? So I put a couple of 2x4s because they said I wanted 3 inches, and they're 1.5 inches each to support it while I mounted it. And I was just trying to figure out the best way or the easiest way to mount it, because I got a lot of other projects to do. So in this scenario, I just cut a couple of hunks of this PVC I had that were scraps, and I set them right on top of the shelves. I clamped it to my shelves with a clamp so that it wasn't moving, so it was steady. And then I put these on here, screwed them right in. I can always do something different. You could get a big washer that's got a small hole the screw could fit in, and probably fit them in between the rack holes or something. But for now, I just want to get this up because my wife's been wanting this for a long time. So anyway, basically just a simple operation for all the weight is being held by the shelf and the screws in the back. The zip ties just keep it nice and snug to the shelf, so they're not holding the weight. And basically this is going to come out now. So now you can get a mop under here and a broom under here, and you can wash the floor much better. So I'm going to cut off these little ends. And oh, and since we're talking about scratching posts, I've been burning coal this winter, and got a coal stove over here and have another one exactly like it downstairs. And since I want the heat to come from the downstairs upstairs, you know, I got all these nice doors like over here. There was a nice door over here, and I wanted the heat to come from the basement upstairs, because upstairs I have a cold air that feeds my blower up there, so it's able to suck the heated cold air and blow it through my blower and distribute it around the house. So I made this door, I made a door over here, and I cut it about halfway so the heat rises and it's going to come up out of there. But I built this scratching post over here, so that the back side of the door is all made as a scratching post. I started on the outside. I made the door first, then I started somewhere on the outside, and I worked my way in, and it came out pretty cool. As mentioned, I've got 4 of these 12-gallon totes that I just cut holes in the top with angle grinder and cut-off wheels. These are the litter boxes. I've got this 1/2 by 1 inch fencing, and basically I'm just going to take off the cover and dump what's in here through the fencing and into that bucket. And I do that a couple times and sift out all the big turds, or all the turds anyway. And if it needs to be changed, obviously by smell or whatever, I change it. I can wash out these buckets beforehand, or before I put the litter back in, or if I want, I put new litter in.